Okay, so are we live? Okay, I believe we are live now. So, how are all of you? Happy Tuesday. So I wanted to talk to you today on our Tuesday's topic for about morning routines. So I know that a lot of you, a lot of people really struggle with mornings in general, right? We tend to be more night owls. I used to be one, and then life has happened to the point where I am now a morning person. But I feel that morning routines, regardless of when you get up, can really impact how your day goes. Okay. So, but I also know that starting new habits tends to be really tricky, especially if we're not finding it all that like fun. But I am going to strongly encourage you to stick with it for a little bit because it can really make a huge difference, right? So my morning routine is, I get up and I do what are called the morning pages. There's a book called The Artist's Way, and if you've ever read it, you know what I'm talking about. It's a very good book. You should definitely read it. And she talks about what she calls the morning pages, whereas you write 3 pages, even if it's just like, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, you write that for 3 pages if that's what you have to do. But as you start writing, things just start to come out of your head and onto the page, right? I do that religiously every day. The other day, my morning routine got totally blown out of the water, and my morning pages, I was like, I am not missing this, and I literally did it right before I went to bed because I haven't missed a day in over a year. So I'm like, I am not missing it now. But that 3 pages just allows me to get stuff out of my system that I would be carrying with me the whole day otherwise. Okay. The next thing I do is meditation. Meditation, again, for people with brains that are constantly going, is tricky. And I definitely struggle with it. But I do find that just sitting there, even if you can just sit there for a couple of minutes and just focus on your breath or focus on light kind of coming into your body and going into the ground and coming back through and up again. Just trying to visualize that, it just grounds you and it quiets your brain a little bit, right? And I know for so many of us, including me, that's a big struggle. But doing that on a daily basis has really made my mornings much calmer because my brain does calm down, okay? And then lastly, what I do is I read 10 pages a day of something that I consider to be, whether it's personal development, something inspiring. For those of us with ADHD, we tend to hear a lot of crap thrown at us, whether it's by other people or by us, right? Oh, you just need to work harder. Oh, you're just so lazy, right? Those were two of my main talking points to myself. And so by reading things that are positive and inspiring, again, it just puts my brain in a different mindset. And I look forward to it every single day. And then actually the last thing I do is then I try to get some movement. Now this doesn't always happen right away because sometimes by this point I have to go and get my kids ready and all that kind of stuff. But even if it's just walking my dog, I try to get some kind of activity every single day. And for ADHD brains, movement, exercise is so key. It's so good for you. I use medication and medication helps me a lot, but my sweet spot is medication with some cardio or with some weight training, right? Or yoga, right? So it's really important. Some people, if they just get really good cardio, that's one of the things that really helps get them through the day. So now you obviously do not have to do these items, but what I'm encouraging you to think about are what are some things that you know would help you first thing in the morning to set the day off right, okay? Whether it's drinking a full glass of water before you get moving. Just start with that. Just establish that as a habit. Try not looking at your phones. first thing. That's a tough one. I get it. But I'm actually probably going to do live just on what that does to your dopamine and how much it messes with it in not a great way for another live. But just don't look at your phones for like a little bit. Just try. But just start off first, just drinking a full glass of water. Have it by your bedside, so as soon as you get up, you drink the whole thing. Okay? And then once you feel that that's established, then you can add something onto that. Right? They call it habit stacking, which is just adding another habit onto something that is already an established habit for you. But think about the things that you know have helped you to start your day off well, whether it is exercise or meditation, or maybe it's just, cleaning your living room. Some people want to like walk into a fresh, clean space, whatever it is. Figure out how you can create a morning routine out of it so that you can set yourself up for success for the rest of your day, because it really does make a huge difference. So I think that's it for today. For those of you who are coming to my 3-day lunchtime series, I'm super excited to see you. If you haven't registered yet, you can still register up until noon. It starts in a little less than an hour. We are going to be covering everything from what is ADHD and getting a little bit more into detail about what that encompasses in terms of some of the causes, what the symptoms are, how it impacts you. On day 2, we're going to talk about the stories you tell yourself, and we're going to do an activity that will hopefully help move you away from some of the negative narratives, something that you can do on a daily basis. And on the 3rd day, we're going to talk about hacks and workarounds. So it's going to be a really, really great 3 days. So if it is something that you can attend, I would love to see you there. So I will put the link again in the comments, but it's also in this group and it's on my business page as well. So you should be able to find it. It's called ADHD in Women, Creating Success with ADHD. So if I don't see you, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Have a good one.